In today's video, I'm going to show you everything that I use to make these iPhone videos that you see on my channel, whether it be a review, a real day in the life, and I'll even show you what editing software I use, all that good stuff. This is basically a my equipment, my desk tour style video. Let's get right into it. The whole meat and potatoes of my channel has basically been from this. This is the Sony ZV-E1 camera. It is a full frame Sony vlogging camera. I think they really should have marketed this as a content creation camera, but hey, I'm not into marketing electronics. Maybe they know something I don't. Obviously, it's not recording this video. This current camera angle is my iPhone Air, so hopefully it's doing a good enough job. This camera, that sensor, which is a full frame sensor, of course. The obvious things you would need for it is a battery. I do have the Sony battery, but the problem with this one is that it only charges in the camera, which I cannot do because my USB port is broken. So I could use a dock, which I have to the side. I'll show it on screen. That's not really the best situation for a person like me that does a lot of run and gun stuff. So I use that battery basically now as a backup. The reason being is because when you turn it around, it has an actual USB port on it. So I could plug in any USB-C cable and start charging it. There's also a little LED light on the front. That is a major game changer for me, especially because the USB port on my camera is broken. The next accessory I have here is this Sony Tough card. It's an SD card with extra connection points on the back. I think I got this on sale for like $90. If you go try to buy it right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's around $200. This Sony camera records very high frame rate, 10-bit 422. You need a very fast memory card to do that. So whenever I'm recording 120 frames per second, 4K video, it wouldn't be possible without a fast enough SD card. This SD card basically handles all of my needs perfectly well. Next in line is this. This is my 20 to 70 millimeter lens. It is actually, if I turn it around, this is actually a G lens. The reason I purchased this lens is because I was sick and tired of constantly switching from my kit lens to a Viltrox 20 millimeter lens that I was using. The 20 millimeter was good for vlogging purposes, and then the kit lens was good for when I needed more reach. This not only makes it that I only need one lens, but it does a better job than both of those lenses as well. The picture that comes out of here is just amazing. These 4 items are basically enough to handle that job of creating content. The next stuff is just nice to have and makes my life easier. Not 100% necessary, but this is what I use. First up, we have an ND filter. Whenever you see me filming outside on a sunny day, I put this on my camera and this helps me get a better, more usable shot. Kind of hard to explain to people that's not into cameras. This helps keep the camera's natural looking motion blur intact. Putting this on is like putting sunglasses on my camera. This is a cheap light I bought off of Amazon. It does the job for the most part. It lights up things when I need it to. It has a bunch of different colors. It's basically RGB, a whole bunch of different temperatures. Comes in handy, stays in my backpack. This is a newer clip-on microphone. This basically clips on to any article of clothing, is where all my audio comes from. I think it does a good enough job. So whenever I'm recording myself talking, this is usually the audio source for that. These are part of one package. This is a quick release system. So I'm going to show you why this matters, especially when making any kind of content, whether it be vlogging, iPhone videos, you name it. I'm going to show you why this is so important. One of the biggest hurdles when I first got a camera was constantly screwing and unscrewing tripods onto the bottom of it. That would annoy me so much that I wouldn't want to use a tripod. If we put this bottom piece on here as well. So now that this is on, whenever I want to attach my camera to a tripod, it's as simple as that. it's done. It's not coming off. I wouldn't risk it in like really intense situations, but if you're setting your tripod on a table or the ground or something and it's not going to be moved, you're pretty secure. And then when you want to get it off of the tripod, it's that simple. I have this basically on every tripod style mount that I use. So this tripod that my phone is currently connected to has it. This magic arm has it right here. So if I want to go from that tripod to this, there you go. Very simple. This is a small rig magic arm. This allows me to basically mount my camera anywhere. And I've gotten some really crazy high risk angles with my camera using this. Definitely gives you a lot more unique angles than you would get with a regular tripod. This is basically how I was getting that top-down shot. This is the tripod that I bring with me wherever I go. Any stationary shot that you see in my videos is most likely because my camera is on this tripod. And once again, with the same quick release system seen here. Let's go over the desk and what else we have. The first thing I want to talk about is this desk. This was sent to me by FlexiSpot. And I genuinely mean this. This is the best desk I've ever had. And let me show you why. First of all, this desk is gorgeous. When FlexiSpot reached out to me, they asked what color combination would I be interested in. I chose the bamboo colored tabletop and the white mechanical legs. The reason for that is because of everything you see around me. I am currently in New Jersey. I have these wood frames around the windows and the room is painted white. So I thought it would look nice and I'm happy I did that. It looks incredible in this space. It is also really, really big. I have no problem doing unboxings here. The earlier part of this video that you saw, the top down, was all shot on this desk. Plenty of room, definitely not lacking space here. By the way, this is a height adjustable desk. That is really high up. This desk is crazy in terms of stability and also could hold up to 330 pounds of weight. I am like 270 pounds. And as you can see, it's holding me just fine and could even raise and lower with me on it. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. That is really, really cool. You have 4 memory options here. Imagine like a luxury vehicle that has memory seats. You can basically set the desk to where you want it. With the click of a few buttons, it'll memorize that height. Huge shout out and thank you to FlexiSpot for reaching out and sending this to me. This completely changed how I edit videos. It made everything so much nicer, so much cleaner. Actually having a nice desk to edit at has been a game changer for me. If you want to check out the FlexiSpot height adjustable desk yourself, check out the link in the description below. Now, of course, I showed you all my camera equipment, I showed you this beautiful desk. There's still a major piece missing from making YouTube videos, and that is your computer setup. I am using a MacBook Pro. I prefer macOS to Windows. And no, that's not because of the iPhone situation. I was using Mac and Android for years before switching to iPhone. The MacBook that I'm using is the 14-inch M3 Pro. It has 18 gigabytes of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. While the monitor isn't 100% necessary, it's definitely a nice to have. I prefer editing on the monitor in comparison to the small 14-inch screen of my MacBook. The monitor that I am using is a Samsung 32-inch. I bought it specifically for rhythm gaming and video editing. It's got a 1 millisecond response time and either a 120 or 144 hertz refresh rate. There are no built-in speakers, unfortunately, but that's okay because I would usually use a sound bar, which I don't have set up here because my wife uses it to put radio on throughout the house. So yeah, a sound bar or my headphones. Speaking of headphones, the headphones of my choice are the Sony WXM4s. My wife and children got me this for a Christmas present, and it's been really, really awesome. The noise canceling is crazy good. The sound is crisp. I can hear everything that I want to perfectly well. I don't know how they compare to the newer or older Sony headphones or really any other brand. These are my first over-ear noise canceling headphones. That's a lot to say. So I have nothing to compare them to, but they are really, really good. When editing video, of course, I am using the cable. I don't like latency at all. It's one thing that drives me nuts. Latency during rhythm gaming or latency during video editing is like something I just don't deal with. So I plug in the cable. If I don't want something heavy on my head for whatever reason, I'll use my USB-C earpods. This is what my friends call low-life AirPods. I don't really care for wireless mode on a lot of stuff. The USB-C AirPods have been perfectly fine. And what's great about them is that they connect to all of my devices. I don't need to look for a dongle. I don't need to worry about compatibility issues. It's just plug and play. I recently got this keyboard off of Amazon. It was on sale for $18 and change. I didn't feel like giving almost $100 for the official Apple one, so I saved a bit of money and got this one instead. It's got all of the Mac OS hotkeys, so I could change the brightness of my MacBook screen, for example, change the volume. I have some external hard drives. I have a Samsung 1 terabyte and a SanDisk 2 terabyte. Again, I bought these before the tariffs and before RAM prices made everything skyrocket. So they're probably a lot more now than they were back when I bought them. But you can never have too much storage, especially when working with this Sony camera. This takes really, really data heavy video. A few minutes of video from this camera could turn into 5, 10, 15, 20 gigabyte files. So once it's off the SD card, it's nice to have somewhere to store them. As for editing software, my software of choice is Final Cut Pro. When I first started editing videos back in 2017, I was using iMovie. iMovie did a decent enough job, especially for beginners who don't know all of the stuff that you could do in editing. But eventually I wanted more control, especially with things like music syncing, so I upgraded to Final Cut Pro. I've tried other apps like DaVinci Resolve, but I love the magnetic timeline of Final Cut Pro. There's just something about the ease of use that always draws me back in. It's tried and true. It works for me. I know how to use it. So Final Cut Pro is my choice of editing software. When it comes to thumbnail creation, I use Photoshop. I know there's a lot of people out there that refuse to use Photoshop, but again, the same thing with Final Cut Pro. I am so used to Photoshop. I started using it back in 2009. Photoshop is just one of those apps that I can't live without. I can make a thumbnail sometimes within a few minutes, or I could spend an hour plus on a thumbnail if I really want to get every single detail down. Especially with the newer updates of Final Cut Pro with things like generative fill, which I used for the thumbnail of this video. It just makes my life so much easier having those options. So that is my camera equipment and desk setup. With all of these things that you've seen here, I've been able to create YouTube videos that have gotten anywhere from a few hundred views all the way up to almost 100,000 views. The Sony ZV-E1 is probably my favorite camera that's out right now in terms of video because of how small it is and how easy it is to use once you get the hang of it. The MacBook Pro that I use has been perfect for editing stuff like S-Log3, getting all of the nitty gritty out of this camera without slowing down, without hiccups, without having any issues. So what do you think of all of the equipment that I use to make these videos? If you have any questions, of course, leave it in a comment below, and I will see you in the next one. So yeah, this is how high the desk goes up. I am 6'4". This is like really, really high up. Whenever I leave the house, I set it to this height and just leave knowing my kids can't reach anything that's on top of here. So yeah, that's really awesome.